What's up, y'all? Those sides back with another reaction, y'all, from the Fat Bass Podcast. I got another reaction for y'all. But before we get into this reaction, please hit that like button, subscribe button. I'll try to hit 200 subscribers by the end of this month. We're at 124 right now. We might be more now. Yep, 124, I mean, 124. So that means we need 76 more to go. So please do share with your family, friends, whoever you see. And let's get into this reaction, y'all. So I got a reaction from Daily Wire, and it's Ben Shapiro debunks every feminist talking point in 9 minutes. So yeah, let's get in here, y'all. My bad, y'all. All right, let's get in this reaction, y'all. So Ben Shapiro about to debunk all these feminists, y'all. So yeah, let's get in here, y'all. It's 9 minutes, so yeah. I see that people want comment say they want to see Ben Shapiro. So yeah, I got a Ben Shapiro reaction now for y'all. I said it was coming, it's coming.
Do you think that women who voted for Hillary, women who have strongly supported the feminist movement and supported the left, are feeling disenfranchised given the current climate of sexual brutality and oppression brought to light in Hollywood recently?
No, I think they're just going to blame the same people they always blame because we're all in our own little bubbles. Should they feel disenfranchised? 100%. Because in a society that treats sex as transactional, in a society that basically reduces sex to any sort, just a physical transaction that is based solely on consent, it makes it very difficult to explain why it is that the casting couch in Hollywood is bad per se. Right? There's actually, like, feminist theory says that it's bad because of power imbalance.
The what? The couching couch? What is that?
But the sort of libertarian culture of the left suggests that power imbalance doesn't have anything to do with it. If I feel like trading my body for a part in a movie, and if you say differently, then you're slut-shaming me, right? So that's, well, you can't really have it both ways. Either it's bad or it's not bad. And if we are going to fight sexual harassment and sexual assault,
You got a point there.
it seems to me that we have to do a couple of things. One, we have to reinvest sex with value beyond just a physical transaction. It's not just two people who are getting each other's rocks off. It actually means something beyond that. There's a relationship that's...
Yep, just back in the days where you would in order for to have intercourse with the girl, you have to get married to her. You know what I mean? But now these days that shit has have changed a lot. You know what I mean? So you can't say that you're disfranchised now because you know what I mean. He did have a point. It's transactional now, so you know what I mean.
That's attached to it. And beyond that, I think that we need to re-inculcate in men themselves, not just the teach men not to rape routine. One of the things that's happened is that traditional masculinity, the idea that it is a man's job to protect women, this is one of our jobs as human beings, as men, to protect women. The feminist movement doesn't like that. Yep. Well, then you can't blame us for not protecting women if
you got a point there.
You don't want us to protect women. Like, I want to protect women. I think men should protect women. I think one of the reasons God put man on earth is to protect women. Okay, well, then it is incumbent on me to protect women. But if you're telling me that I can't even open a door for a woman because this is somehow an offense to her honor, and that if I say that it's man's job to protect women, that this is somehow...
Yeah, but that's just women's ego. And that's crazy that happened. Like, I'll open the door, right, for this woman, right? Just walk in. Don't you say, like, thank you? Like, damn, like, you can't, human respect, like, hi, thank you. They open up the door for you, like, damn. Sometimes I just, like, forget it. I'll just close the door.
Somehow reinforcing gender stereotypes, then don't come whining to me when bad stuff happens. First thing that I hate today is this insane piece by some crazy person named Jodi Allen.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what Ben Shapiro just said. Most definitely.
She's apparently a feminist blogger. First of all feminist bloggers are, I don't mean to generalize, but they're all crazy. So she actually has a
damn, Ben.
Piece today called, the title of it is, I'm
calling Ben 10.
Done pretending men are safe, even my sons. Really. And the entire thing is about how her sons are potential rapists. She says, I have 2 sons. They're strong and compassionate, the kind of boys other parents are glad to meet when their daughters bring them home for dinner. They are good boys in the ways good boys are, but they are not safe boys. I'm starting to believe there's no such thing. She is talking about her own children being potential...
Yeah, she's crazy. I would never say anything about my kids like that. That is crazy. Ooh wee, y'all finna got your heads fucked up.
Rapists because of rape culture. I have a general recommendation. If you believe
Like you gotta be one hateful ass. You gotta be one hateful ass person. You hate your own sons like that. You said about your sons.
that all men or all women are crazy, that everybody's terrible, maybe it's just you. Maybe it's just you. If every relationship you've ever had has gone bad, maybe it's not because all the people you know are terrible. Maybe you suck as a human. Okay, and I'm going to go with that on this one. She says, my sons won't rape unconscious women behind a dumpster, and neither will most of the progressive men I know. But what all of these men share in common, even my sons, is a relentless questioning and disbelief of the female experience. I didn't realize the common female experience was to be raped while unconscious behind a dumpster. I know a
That's definitely not common.
few females, and I don't know any of them who've been raped while unconscious behind a dumpster, at least none who have told me about it. And if they did tell me about that, I would say, can we find the person and hunt them down? Like, that would be my first reaction. Can we tell the police? And if not, is there a way that we can kill this person and get away with it? Like, that seems like the best possible. Like, is that not feminist enough? Do I have to do more than that? So I do not want to prove my pain or provide enough evidence to convince anyone that my trauma is merited. Okay, if you accuse...
Well, you can't. Well, not everybody can believe. Come on now. Now we gotta take evidence out the question now, out the thing now. Come on now. You gotta be out your goddamn mind. Most people are physical. Most people learn. People learn not logically, but learn from seeing. So like, come on now. They visually learn. Like, come on now. People. Like, come on now. Stop it. Most people just don't believe words you say.
accuse someone of rape, you might have to provide evidence of actual rape. You shouldn't just be able to accuse anyone of any crime. Totally insane. Totally insane. Child Protective Services needs to show up like right now at this lady's door.
Absolutely. Actually, she's down with crazy as hell.
Thank God it sounds like her sons are getting old enough that they get to leave home. Leave now. Leave now, okay? I will try to find a way to put you up in your own apartment. Seriously. So what you actually wrote is you wrote that Gorsuch, like Antonin Scalia, is a proponent of originalism, which means he believes a judge should attempt to interpret the words of the Constitution as they were understood at the time they were written. When the Constitution was written, women couldn't own property. In 1787, women didn't have the right to vote. It would be 133 years before women won that fight, a fight they fought for 72 years. Considering women had no rights when the Constitution was written and there was no mention of women in the Constitution, originalism is sexist. So let me ask you first to expand on that. Is it the Constitution that's sexist or originalism that's sexist or both?
It seems that when...
First, to expand on that, is it the Constitution that's sexist or originalism that's sexist or both?
It seems...
Hold on, y'all. We gotta go back because what? Yeah.
Mention of women in the Constitution, originalism is sexist. So let me ask...
This original stuff is sexist? Wait, what?
Ask you first to expand on that. Is it the Constitution that's sexist or originalism that's sexist or both?
It seems that when it comes to women's rights...
Bro, if y'all seen that video where he said racism and sexism is on the same level, god damn, y'all people are out your goddamn mind.
Originalist perspective tends to side on the air of always looking backward and not looking at current day.
Because they're trying to, because if you're looking, if I wrote a piece of legislation 10 years ago and I said to you, okay, you and I write a piece of legislation today, right? And we use the language of today. We mean something by that language. In this conversation, somebody will read this 100 years from now and we will have meant what we're saying to each other. We understand what we're saying. If somebody wants to read what we're talking about today, and then it turns out that all the words that we're using now mean the reverse because things have changed. Did our conversation mean the reverse of what it meant, or does it mean what we're talking about right now? Words have meaning at the time they are said, and to try and read new meanings into old words just because, quote unquote, times have changed, you can end up with some really bizarre results. I mean, and the problem here is that, you know, you may not like what Neil Gorsuch is trying to do, but at least it's a rule of interpretation. in the constitutional structure, what we've had is the Supreme Court very often reversing itself on the exact same language by using the sort of rules that you want. So, for example, in Plessy versus Ferguson, you had the Supreme Court say that the 14th Amendment did not apply to black people insofar as segregation was okay. And then 50 years after that, they say, no, it turns out the 14th Amendment actually meant that segregation is not okay anymore. Well, that's silly. I mean, it either meant one or it meant the other. It didn't mean two different things at the same time. One of those decisions is wrong and one of those decisions is right. That's true for every judicial decision. The idea that we can just look to our hearts to determine what a text meant 200 years ago is silly when we can find out what they meant 200 years ago by reading what they're talking about now. How about the idea that if you're a woman, that you're at some sort of inherent disadvantage here in the United States? No, you're not. You're living in...
He definitely had a point in the last little clip. Let's get back over here. Go back.
That you're at some sort of inherent disadvantage here in the United States. No, you're not. You're living in the freest, best place on earth in history for women at any time.
True.
How about the wage gap? This idea that women are somehow victims in the United States of this horrible discrimination, this glass ceiling that hovers over them at all times, that only Hillary Clinton's face can break, right? The fact is that in 147 out of 150 of the biggest cities in the United States, women make 8% more than men if they are single and unmarried and have the same degrees. They earn more than men.
Last question about your Planned Parenthood thing. So why do you think it's not about controlling women's bodies and just about the separate life? Like, after the baby is born, how come when people don't care about them? They don't care where they end up in foster care, they don't care about the mother being poor. Like...
Okay, I do care about the mother being poor, I do care about foster care.
Okay, but why don't you advocate for that, though? Because
For what?
Planned Parenthood is supposed to prevent abortions.
Because, Planned Parenthood doesn't prevent abortions. They perform hundreds of thousands of abortions a year. They perform 300,000 abortions a year. They're the leading abortion bill in the United States.
Evidence for that, though.
That they perform 300,000 abortions a year from Planned Parenthood. That's my evidence.
Right, exactly. It's like you can't prove it. Y'all people. Ooh.
They don't dispute that. No one disputes that.
Why would you say it? Why do your research first before you say dumb shit? Like, I've never understood that.
Like birth control and cancer.
I'm not anti-birth control.
I know.
Birth control is extraordinarily cheap.
That provides affordable birth control, which would in turn...
Okay, they're not the only people in America who provide affordable birth control. You can go get a pack of condoms down at the local CVS for $12.
Cheaper than that now.
People need medication too.
Yes, and it's true that most forms of birth control are also extraordinarily cheap on an annualized basis. Unless you have a severe problem, most birth control is very cheap and readily available. And I'm not against people going and getting that from Planned Parenthood. As you may have noticed, I'm mostly against abortion. If you want to go to Planned Parenthood and get a contraceptive, go for it. I don't care. I do care when you start killing babies. This is a problem for me. Women really gave up on marriage a lot too soon. Okay, marriage was the best thing ever for women. It is an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing for men too, because it civilizes them, it cultures them, it teaches them to be protectors of their family and to take care of people and to think beyond themselves and to think beyond their generation. Women gave up in marriage a way to teach men to do those things. And also, women gave up the idea that a commitment was going to come along with this intimacy. And let's be real about this. I mean, every scientific study ever done has shown that women actually do have better sex in the context of committed relationships. All of the crap that you see in Cosmo magazine about sleeping with 100 guys and being sexually happy is just garbage. It is just sheer unadulterated garbage. So, no, long answer to a short question, but reinculcation of traditional roles of male and female with the same feminist respect that we ought to have for women at all steps of the process is the answer.
Thank you. I hope people are listening.
If you prefer facts over feelings, aren't offended by the brutal truth, and you can still laugh at the insanity filling our national news cycle, well, tune in to The Ben Shapiro Show. We'll get a whole lot of that and much more. See you there.
All right, y'all, that's the end of the video. I definitely can disagree. I definitely can agree to what he said at the last part. About the best thing was, getting married, women for getting married and stuff like that. It definitely like civilized people, civilized men, and took more it helped people, men have more responsibility, take care of their families and stuff. You know what I mean? Women too and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Then they had a protector. Women had a protector and stuff like that. So I definitely can't agree with what he was saying. Yeah. But this is the end of the video, y'all. Please hit that like button and subscribe button. I'm trying to hit 200 subscribers by the end of this month, so please do. We're at 124, so we got 76 more to go. So please do, and we got about what 20 more days of October or something like that. What's the 10th? Tomorrow's the 10th, so we got like 20 more days to go, y'all. So please do share this video with everybody that you see. Please hit that like button, subscribe. You know, Cyrus is out. Tell me what y'all think about in the comments about Ben Shapiro in the comments on this little video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And are y'all feminists? Like some of y'all women, are y'all feminists? Do y'all agree with feminists a lot? Now on the equal stuff, yeah, I can disagree under the laws and stuff like that. But on human basic, we're not the same. Men and women are definitely different. But on in the laws, yeah, I can agree with that. But yeah, y'all tell me. And y'all tell me if y'all married or not up in the comments too. All right, y'all. I'll see you guys on the next one. Osiris is off on the Fat Man's Podcast. I'll see you guys on the next one.